not run away. Good. Oh my gosh. Game is actually starting. All right. Blahaj versus Holly Molly, after a marathon of new servers, is finally beginning. Holly Molly starting things off on the T side. Blahaj starting things off on the CT side. Eventually, in the... Wait a minute. Only one coach is in. I never thought we'd get here. There's only one player that's going to have to deal with not being able to be easily switched to. We might actually have like a real live game. Well, I like what we're seeing here, though. Flash ET with an outside fake to keep Blahaj guessing. The rest of the team going to look for something over by ramp. They've already snuck a player down secret as well. This one could be difficult for Blahaj to read. Omu going to start things off. Straight out of peas to keep Blahaj guessing. Ooh, Flash ET. The original fake comes back in for the kill. Holly Molly with the numbers advantage. They have a lot of choice about where they're going to go. They're going to send primarily down through heaven, get that bomb down onto the A bomb site. Sviti just spins around for the kill. Emblem joining in as well. Marek has to do this 1 versus 3. 2 guns, 2 players left, but Omu going to close things out. And Holly Molly, after half an hour of waiting for the game to start, with 2 players surviving on the pistol. High five. We did it. We got through an entire round of play. If they pause, I might die. Legitimately. Alright, force buy out of Blahaj. They did get 3 kills in that last round. So, regardless of the economy changes, they do want to try and get back into this game early, but Omu doesn't want to allow it. Good trade out of Marek to keep Blahaj in a good position on this round. So, again, I will say, Holly Molly are the team that made it into playoffs last season. Blahaj are the team that were unable to pull that one off. So, good push on in. Scout going to be overwhelmed. Larry Wick will find that. And Holly Molly want to make this an upper hit. Blahaj going to make themselves scarce. Gather their forces. Gather your party before venturing forth onto the A-bomb site. Marek, Savage, and Jacob going to be looking for this. Emblem going to deny 1. Quick headshot out of the Galil. The Glock, or the Deagle, able to trade that one back. 2 versus 3. Blahaj, they're keeping it close, but Holly Molly's still in the pole position. Oh my gosh, these Deagles. Keeping this round closer than anything could have expected. 1 versus 2 for Jacob, but that ladder will fall back to the earth. And Blahaj managed to convert a second round. That force buy is going to mean that there's not a whole lot of money left. And I have to go get my food, so I'll be right back. This is your fault, Holly Molly and Blahaj. Now you don't get casting for a round. Are you casting with text on the map? That is quite smart. All right, so who got that kill? Jacob got the kill. Dropped Omu. Expert casting right here. Sure is. Ah, man. All right. All right. Let's lock in. Let's lock back into this. And the death sound at the beginning of the round, of course. Jacob gonna be the one to prevent this. They know he's up here. Oh, too many peeks. That Deagle gonna be overwhelmed. Honest, though, doing a good job of keeping Holly Molly off of the site. Might just be able to do it all alone. This Deagle looking quite happy. But can't hold that line. Now, Peas in the 1 versus 2. Jacob and Honest have paved the way for him. Can he finish this round all alone? Does have armor, does have the Deag. We've already seen how scary that could be, but the 1, 2, 3 both peak at the same time proves to be too much. And Holly Molly claim the 3rd round. I like this replay. We got the player just jumping up to heaven, going up ladder, but then there's Honest just looking quite sharp on that Deag. Merrick with the assist. But it's not enough for Blahaj. They are going to at least be able to buy. This is one of those go from a force buy round number 2 to an AWP in round number 4. So Blahaj giving them the best possible shot. A rifle starts things off for Savage. But Holly Molly are used to this. They've lost 1 in the previous round as well, and they managed to open things back up. That was against the Deagles. A little bit more damage chipped away. This is good, though. Holly Molly making sure to keep Blahaj on the defensive, even if they do have the disadvantage. The AWP does chunk down Larry, and Larry Wick will fall. Trade out of Flash ET. Yeah, this is going to be just difficult. 3 versus 4. Holly Molly take the advantage, but the HP definitely not in their favor. Sviti and Jacob, the only 2 left on full HP. It's going to be Savage pushed over. So now the player ramp has to emerge. Look for the victory here. No nades, but does have the kit, so that is going to be that one saving grace on this round. If Jacob can come up before Holly Molly know what's up, might just be a favorable round, but Sviti spins around, and it is going to be a 4th from Holly Molly. There's the death sound. Well, I think my prediction that because this went to so many server changes, everybody that might have come in warmed up has cooled down. And, yeah, I think that's coming to pass. Timeout out of the Blahaj side. Do join my Discord. I'm working on a project to continue to make my Discord even more useful. Right now, if you're just interested in coming in for the predictions, my Discord will let you know. It's not going to ping you, because that would ping you way too many times. It would be way too annoying. But it is a channel that you can choose to enable pings if you want them. But yes, if you're here, hit the follow button if you haven't already. If you have hit the follow button, join the Discord. If you have joined the Discord, big W's. Thank you. Alright. Full AKs now for Holly Molly. They should be able to pretty well overwhelm Blahaj. Single MP9 in the hands of Jacob. Not the best of situations to be in if you are a CT side on Nuke, but tight angles can offer up some opportunities to catch some unaware terrorists. But I do like how we're getting the hold up in lobby for Blahaj, or for Holly Molly. They're making sure to force Blahaj to fight them on their own terms, and these rifles doing a very good job of working that fight, working that angle. Couple of kills in for the Blahaj side. Savage picks up the AK, goes for the Deag either way, and gonna be cut down. Holly Molly grab their 5th. All right, Blahaj. 2 timeouts in 2 rounds. Come on now. What are we doing? Do you really need the second one? Is that strictly necessary? See if it was necessary going into round number 6. Why? I mean, they're on the CT side. They do really need to stop the bleeding here. Honest does have that AWP. Once again, axed, you know it, the cast and grind does not stop. This fucking game went through 4 server changes. 4. Each one timing out the full 10 minutes. I was sitting here for 40 minutes waiting for this game to start. But we're here. We're here. We're still hoping for a good game. Definitely not salty. Why would you think that? He's in a good position, though, to catch a couple of players. Smoke will cut the vision. This is a pretty similar round to the last few. Blahaj are doing a good job of keeping their players up and forcing Holly Molly to come to them. And they have found openings, and they have managed to hold them off. This time, just going to be a 1-for-1 trade as Holly Molly make their way down secret onto the B-bomb site. That bomb should be going down any minute now, but Jacob, ooh, they might not expect this player's already moved down ramp on them. 4 versus 4. Jacob gonna hear the single door open up. Gonna call in some support. You see Honest starting to rotate in. Sviti gets dropped. Looking for the second. Melts through another. Honest will delete Omu. And it's just gonna be up to Larry Wick alone in the 1 versus 4. Not a lot of friends in the world, but in the final erasure gonna happen as Honest puts the final nail in the coffin and does manage to finally convert a round for Blahaj. I don't know if either of these teams deserves a yippee after how long they made us wait. I'm mad at both of them. Because now we're getting... no, not yippee. Another timeout. Damn it, stop trolling me. I'm being trolled. Being trolled by the players. And now chat gets to troll me by playing random sounds. General Kenobi. Well, this time, both sides going to be fully armed up. Not going to be any opportunities given for free. Holly Molly, get the smokes down for outside. They're looking to take control. Maybe if we're looking for something upper, because lower did not work last round. This AWP out of Honest, cut down. Knocked off of heaven. Sent crashing down. Now Merrick, ooh, was in a good position. But the peek out of Holly Molly, just too many players. Once again, Jacob going to be on the lower site with the Holly Molly players as they start to creep on in. Yeah, what do you... That's a good sound. I forgot that one. That was fun. He was just juggling the guns out of overpass. Omu deletes P's. Looking like Holly Molly have fixed their issues on the previous round. Hello there. I see we've all discovered the sounds. Bomb has been planted. That's okay. That's what I left them there for. They're there to make the stream a little bit more interactive and make the... That was rude. That was a ruse sound. Jacob, no, just trying to save the AK. Oh, might be successful at it. That's a good couple of kills. After that, Ollie Molly have to consider saving the rest of these. Jacob proving to be very dangerous.
Terrorists win.
But it is still 6. Yes, yippee. At this point, Holly Molly are off to a hot start on their T side. And I'm just going to cheer for this game to be over fast. I'm not a human being. No, General Kenobi, hello there. Yes, all right. There, happy? Hello there, General Kenobi. All right, happy? Full buy for Blahaj. Can a robot feel happy? Oh my gosh. You're just sitting there guilting me in chat, and I'm trying to cast. That is okay. That is what chat is for. And if you're watching this on YouTube, why not join me in chat? 8 p.m. Central Time, most weeknights. Twitch TV/Floofies or Floofies.tv. He's now holding the outside angle, spots the shadow. Flash gonna back away. Double swing out of red could be deadly here. Look at the damage through the wall, the swing on out, and Omu and Flash double up. Blahaj now gonna have a rough time. They've lost all their outside control. Honest. Gonna rotate that in, but again, Blahaj getting cut down all over the map. It's just gonna be up to Honest. 1 versus 5, AWP. That is a tough round for that AWP to play. That is a wounded player. That isn't a player that you could have taken with the pistol, but you don't know that. So the AWP has to be used. Oh, and you don't even get to keep it. Omu peeks around. Perfect angle, perfect position. There's the coach being killed off again. Well, Blahaj definitely not having the best game out here, but sometimes these things happen. Nope. Peas here's the jumping around for the AWP. Not gonna make a difference though. Oh my goodness, the no scope for the double entry on Omu. That is debilitating. Blahaj, they've already been having a rough game, and Omu is just styling on them at this point. Savage finally gonna stop the bleeding. And Jacob as well in vending, looking for the second, but overheats, and Sviti ready to catch the trade. And again, Blahaj, they're sending in the blitz from all angles. Merrick looking for something in Hut. The Molotov catches. Oh my goodness, lines up too. Okay, Flash now has to salvage this to keep the winning spree going. Blahaj, though, not the result they're going to be looking for. 8-1 on the T side. Yeah, this was just beautiful. It's just like, I'm going to get into the sneaky position. I'm expecting you there. That is about as painful as a kill can get. Just jumping over the top. Bada bing, bada boom. Well, no op this time for Blahaj. Gonna be all rifles all day. Singular M4A4 out of Ps. A1Ss for the rest of the squad. I mean, at this point, you can't stop the money out of Holly Molly. At this point, you can just say, hopefully, we take the last few rounds if you're Blahaj. Omu's just been too sharp. You gotta send more players, and that's exactly what Blahaj do. They do manage to finally overwhelm that AWP. Collected by Honest, so that is going to be a solid piece in the hands of Blahaj. Holly Molly obviously going to be hurting just a little bit, but I think you can feel pretty comfortable. Oh, smoke going to go in, and Savage catches the timing onto Sviti. Larrywick with the trade. That's the op down once again. Oh, they know this player is here. The nade falling down. And he's so wounded. Larrywick just going to clean that up, mop up that loose end. 2 versus 2. Peas might have an opportunity here. Holly Molly just going to walk right on by, not expecting the player in radio. And Blahaj finally catch a second round. 2-8. Getting another look at that catch here. Trophy. This is more than radio. Yippee! Yes, yippee. Good to see the team that's playing as the underdog are managing to secure a few rounds. So a little bit of a slightly better buy out of Blahaj, but they are stuck with at least one MP9. And again, if this is the previous version of CS, that MP9 still shooting in a very easy to control spray pattern. Hasn't gotten quite to the rifle levels over the Fanta positive team. But don't you want a Fanta? Unfortunately, that MP9 being played over toward ramp, going to be pushed away here, and Flash ET already in position on ramp, already positioned on the lower site. Merrick now forced to reposition, already chunked down. Not going to be a whole lot that Merrick's going to be able to do, but a good kill back could keep Blahaj in the round. Too sugary? All right, fair enough. Well, all 3 players for Blahaj here on site, but Sviti just throwing them away one at a time, and Savage 1 versus 2 on 50 HP. That nade just chunked down Sviti, but kill not like, oh, the nade, that fire just barely too small. And Omu here to clean things up. 9-2 on the T side, and the money awkward for Blahaj. They can do one more. Maybe this can become recoverable. But it's still a painful, long, arduous path they've got ahead of them. CT fire does nothing. It's like a sparkler you can give to a small child without worry of them being a danger to themselves or others. Very, very, very true. Alright, this is, again, it's a necessary round here. You can't let the T side get to 10. You've died to a CT molly once? That sounds embarrassing. Well, that's a good kill to start things off, but Peas pushing through lobby all the way out to find a kill onto T roof. Holly Molly doing a good job of keeping themselves in this round. Flash ET down to 818 HP. The Blahaj do at least have the health advantage. The weapons, though, still favoring Holly Molly. I think they're just going to group up to push in through heaven. Just send everybody up ladder. And try to overwhelm the site. But Blahaj have a solid defense here. This one's definitely going to be difficult to pierce. Holly Molly waiting to see if they can outweight Blahaj, but it is the CT side, so Blahaj can just sit on site if they want. Plenty of utility left on Holly Molly too, so this execute should be strong, but they have no real information. That's the first peek on out, and Merrick gonna secure the kill. That does give the position away, but there's Honest still here. Good trades, but it still favors Blahaj. 2 versus 1. And P's gonna finish things up for a third on Blahaj. 9-3. As they switch sides. Alright, intermission sushis. Be right back. Good. Well, bomb goes down for Blahaj. BT alone in the 1 versus 1 does have the kit. It's not going to be the easiest retake. Already been gushed down to 5 HP. And Savage completes the round. Blahaj maybe just looking for a second lease at life here on Nuke. Of course, this game had to make me wait for about 40 minutes before starting, and they're gonna come back. It's okay, I have snooshies now. I'm gonna eat it on camera, especially because, of course, we paused again. Course. This game is gonna give me a stroke, I swear. If they go to another server, I swear. Where I'm leaving. I can't. Not anymore. Good. Well, so the interesting thing that's become of Nuke is look how T-sided it has gotten. This isn't even an isolated thing either. Even with the money changes at Philadelphia, Nuke has been looking T-sided. It's really, really strange. Like, you would expect that, yeah, the money would just make this hilariously CT-sided. But no. There were still more CT-sided iterations of Nuke. Molly, now it's their turn to be on the back foot. 3 rounds into the half. They haven't made so much as a dent into Blahaj. It's looking T-sided. We've already seen how dangerous things can get if the T side starts to get ahead. They will just keep pushing, keep getting further and further ahead. Food like it's a no, I'm not doing that. Omu playing over here in control. Good spray control for the first, but the trade coming in right back. Massacre in control. Leaves Blahaj in the lead. Molly gonna go down to try and stop these final two players, but they are determined. 1 versus 1, and Larry Wick gonna be the final one to go down. Merrick will erase him. And it's 6-9. This started 9-3. Blahaj, 3 in a row. And they haven't offered a single opportunity for Holly and Molly to get back in. Even worse, we continue to get game pauses. I swear we're not watching either of these teams after this. If I see a Holly Molly or a Blahaj game, I'm passing over it. This has pissed me off so much. This is the last game either of these teams are getting my casting this season. I'm sure not that they care. It's not like my casting is particularly good right now. I'm treating it more as a watch party than anything, but... I just can't. Yeah, no, very much so. It ain't their fault. But I'm too annoyed to care that it's not their fault. Well, another eco buy for Holly Molly. I like this swag 7, but it's just runs up the ladder and gets smacked back down to earth. Larry Wick will pick that one back up, but Blahaj are just bulldozing the entire map. Ooh, that's a good kill, though. That's 900... Oh, you just fell to your death. I hope we got a replay of that. Hmm? Well, I don't... Yeah, you were speccing it. Okay. Yeah, I'm eating sushi, too. At this point, watching a player crater, you just died to a USP with an AK that you just full dueled standing still. This game's gonna go to overtime. If either of these teams makes it to the playoffs, I'm calling bullshit. Okay. All right. Lock in. Calm down. Breathe. Breathe in. Breathe out. Sveti getting caught here in vent. Blahaj, they put down a smoke wall outside and they made it down marathon running into secret in record time. The trade's starting to hit the feed and Blahaj coming out on top. 4 versus 3. Larry Wick will make it 3. Evens things back out. Jacob looking for more. Here's the steps coming downstairs to doubles. Good kill back for Sveti to keep it to 2 versus 2. Peas shuts the door in the face of that CT. Honest with the kill, and it's just down to Omu. 1 versus 2. Both these players, a single shot from dead, but they won't let it happen. Peas from behind the pillar delivers the killing blow. I really can't handle overtime. After everything that happened, I can't handle it. Pistols out for Holly Molly. Hero rifle in the hands of Emblem. To try and stop the bleeding on their CT side. They haven't won a single CT round yet. little bit of chip damage onto Honest. Down to 61 HP. Blahaj just holding court in lobby, waiting to see if Holly Molly will push them. But these pistols aren't giving them the time of day. Instead, we've got a camp outing over by Secret. Everyone say cheese. Emblems behind you. So it's just Flash over on the A-bomb site holding around with the hit at the very least, so... I mean, that is going to keep Blahaj guessing for a while. They're going to be like, all right, we cleared out this, we cleared out that. We know there's the Eagles, but they don't know about the rifle. But it's not going to matter. The kills start to hit the feed here. Flash unable to hold down and hut. 3 versus 3 as Blahaj start to make their way over to the A-bomb site, but they've given up too many weapons over to the Holly Molly side. 3 versus 2. Honest and Peas, the last 2 players standing on about half HP per player. Jester, welcome on in. Travel was great. Casting this game is breaking me because they've changed servers 4 times. So I'm going to be looking the other way if I see these teams in a game the rest of the season. But we're going to get to the end of this one way or another. Emblem double kill to clean up the round. Holly Molly finally hit double digits. The first round they've managed to secure on their CT side. Yeah, if you're looking for the VOD, I cut the highlights out at the end of the stream. So you'll be able to have just your own VOD if you want to watch through that, and then I post them up to YouTube. I don't know if you're still in chat. But keep your eye out. All right. Make sure you follow if you're not already, because then you'll be able to pop back easily. Looks like you are, so good. Good. I'm just going to pass out because I'm so tired. I'm so tired too, but I was like, you know what? I want to hop in for their first game, so. Or I ruined my DGen sleep schedule. That's fair. All right. Well. Now, Holly Molly with a heck of a lot more danger to them. 3 AKs, an AWP, and an M4. A minute remaining on the round. Blahaj. Ooh, that's a good molly, but it doesn't stop the T-side players. It is a CT molly, and that means that it is a gentle tickle. Holly Molly lose 4 as Blahaj execute onto the A-bomb site. It's just Omu left over in heaven. Altov fades away, so we are going to get the peek on out, but it does feel like Blahaj are expecting this. First kill going to come through all the same. 1 versus 2. Omu just going to drop on into the site. Needs to collect a kit. There it is. Has full utility, but still looking to push on into these 2 Blahaj players. It's on the molly to try to stop the push. That timer getting scary low, down to that 10-second warning. I think at this point, you might as well cut your losses. Omu just looking for a couple more exits, but only going to get 1. At the very least, going to take away all the guns. This execute was just so well done. Honest and Peas out through hut. Everybody else through the squeaky. And there was nothing that Holly Molly could do to stop them. Last pause. Okay, we Breathe in, we breathe out. Are Holly Molly gonna stomp in the face of Blahaj's comeback? One more round is enough to completely erase the economy that Blahaj have built up. On the flip side of things, if Blahaj win this one, not only do the rounds get evened out, but they'll get that chance as well. So this one hinging on the edge of a knife. Oh, do they expect to push on in? The lobby crunch goes successfully. Holly Molly with a quick 3. They rebuff Blahaj. There's not going to be any option. Ooh, the kill through the smoke back onto Sviti, but the AWP going to make an appearance down lower. So Holly Molly making sure to keep the defense dynamic, not gonna let Blahaj get a read on them. These last two players do have to keep things careful. Now it's time to keep things quiet. 50 seconds left on the round. Honest, walking down the ladder into lobby. The intention is looking like an upper hit. Larry Wick is going to have to tag down at least one. Does have a few teammates close at hand, but the rotation will take time, so it's not going to be a quick trade. But it's not even needed. Flash going to drop Honest, and Omu will erase Peas. And it's Holly Molly with 11 on a destroyed economy of a Blahaj. Not a whole lot of options left for the Shorks. At this point, it's just pistols all the way. Try to look for overtime. It's going to be 3 rounds of a buffer for Holly Molly. But here I am counting Blahaj out. Might manage to secure this either way. 3 players creeping into control. For radio and trophy. Gonna be up to Emblem to stop this push. He hears the noise, he hears the footsteps. First headshot is good. Just drops the head off of Jacob and peppers down Savage. Good kill back for Omu as well. It's a 3 for 2, favoring Holly Molly. He's able to collect the rifle, and Anna's gonna collect the headshot, but not gonna get the second. Flash ET with the kill, and Peas not going to stand any better. Flash ET will finish the job. 12-9. Holly Molly now on map point after an hour and a half of delays. We are finally nearing possible conclusion. And of course there's the timeout. Blahaj do not want to lose it just yet. Sushi has been finished. Can Blahaj bring this back? 3 rounds to try and bring this to overtime on Nuke. Not an easy task, especially given the Tech 9s and the Deagles, but crazier things have happened. Might be able to pull this one back. This would be huge, considering how the first half has gone. Considering all the effort they've put into the second half. The blood, sweat, and tears to get here. Season 54 of Advance. The quick trades in lobby, 2 for 2. Players dropping down from off of the roof. The Tech 9s bowling over players. And it's 1 versus 1 at the end of the day. Savage with the bomb. Gonna make tracks to get away from that final player. Fake out into ramp, into heaven. Or maybe just the A site. Holly Molly maybe a little bit too keen to end it. A little bit too ready to speed their way on in. Oh, and the disconnect off the server. Unlucky. Oh. All right, chat. I have bad news. The game kicked Rue out. And this is all we get. Holly Molly walk away with the win. And that's all we get. So, GG's.